You have a difficult relationship with your mother, they say. I'm so tired of hearing that. Because let's be honest, a difficult relationship is when two people have conflict and challenges. A difficult relationship is not when you have an abuser. And so we are supposed to be connected with our mothers, bond and grow, nourished by our mothers. We begin in the womb with a physical cord offering us nutrients. And we also receive her emotions, her traumas. And then we grow. The physical cord is cut. And the supposed unbreakable bond is to be created. But what happens when that bond is so toxic, so poisonous, that after 4 decades, you must make a decision for your own survival. You recognize that this poison is killing you. And so I grieve having to kill the relationship, cut it off, break the toxic bond, break the cycle. Because you've tried every other way. And you just can't take it anymore. Because as I grew with this toxic bond, I realized that I never knew how to love myself. I never knew how to be in a healthy relationship until now. And so I grieve. One of the most complicated griefs I feel that I will ever experience. This kind of grief is hard to articulate at times, and often hard for others to understand when someone does not have this type of lived experience. How do you grieve for someone who is still there? Who still lives within a driving's distance? How do you hold forgiveness? How do you hold hope when someone refuses to acknowledge the pain, the hurt, the suffering caused by the toxicity? I'm done clinging. I'm done hanging on the end of the rope. I'm letting go. No more rope. No more bond. No more cord. Because I'm ready to protect my inner child. To protect my heart and soul. And so here I am breaking the cycle, creating an unshakable bond within myself, within my inner child. Loving myself, nourishing. And as I do so, there will be many that won't understand. that will see this as an act of cruelty. And that's okay, because they are not in this body. They are not experiencing daily health side effects from this extreme abuse. They do not know the time and effort and financial investment it takes to unwind from such an abusive situation. They are blinded by the concept of the mother bond. And these concepts that people cling on to as if it is the reality for everyone can cause so much harm. The misunderstanding of difficult relationship needs to end now. Because as we continue to tell survivors of narcissistic abuse, trying to make sense of the world and trying to leave the abusive situation, to resolve conflict in a difficult relationship, we are also uplifting the abuser and causing an immense amount of harm. And that stops now. Listen. Invite a moment to recognize the effects of staying in an abusive relationship, whether that's physical, mental, emotional. No one deserves that. No matter who you're in a relationship with, it does not mean you have to take it because the other person is a certain role. And that role in our society is held on this pedestal and hierarchy. We are all simply humans. And no matter what your role is, just because you have given birth does not mean that you know how to engage in healthy relationships, does not mean that you are not abusing your children. And so we need to wake up. We need to support those. We need to listen to those who are in your so-called difficult mother relationship.